Okay. How's it going? Let's just check the mic level. Alright, looks good. Okay, didn't stream last couple of days. But I'm back now. Work on the main menu. The pause menu. Massive coffee. Let's go. Get a build done. I did work on the game on Monday, but not on stream. So I put in these little sliders, which is pretty cool. But today I want to work on these load save game boxes, which are basically the same box. So for the background, I was thinking of taking this screenshot and just making it big. If I can get away with making it big, it's not a big screenshot really, and having that as the background or slightly involved in the background. I have a problem there with the scissor rectangle as well. So we don't actually even see the load game there. Ooh, what's that then? That's caused a problem. Okay, I guess we're fixing that bug. I feel like there is some kind of bug with scissor rectangles. What's going on? I'm not actually seeing the title being rendered. Let's rebuild first. Let's do a full rebuild. Failed to create a virtual memory. Getting this error a lot. Alright, okay. It's a pre-compiled header. Otherwise, consider reducing the number of paragraphs. Okay, I might do that. Yeah, the problem is most of the time we're not rebuilding the entire game, so it's fine. I think I'll just leave it. Okay. Do we still have this? Oh, it must have been a rebuild thing. It's working now. I didn't rebuild, just did an incremental build before. Even though I haven't built all these changes on this computer for a while. It seems to be fine now. Okay, cool. So let's start with this text box at the top where you can just enter the name or a description for the save. Caret is slightly off there. For some reason. And that is because there's a little gap at the beginning of the string. Okay, so let's fix that. So that would be Game UI renderer or text box. Internal. Draw text box. It's a compact text box. Draw compact text box internal. What I'm going to do actually is just check in the level editor that the carrot is not off. Well, first, let's put the text size down to medium. Yeah, it's even off on medium, so I've broken that somehow. Let's check in the level editor. Okay, good. So that it's working in the actual level editor fine. It's here. It's where we're actually rendering the string. We're rendering it too far away from the edge of the text box itself. So let's have a look. So it's draw focused. So is it, yeah, draw focused. Because of this 16 perhaps? No. Draw text box string. Text box string bounds 18 it says. It's got this thing called text box string margin. That is what's causing it. So if I just get rid of this for a second. Oops. Yeah, that's it. So the text box string margin, okay, that needs to be actually put on earlier. Night child, good morning. Ben of Code. Hope you're doing alright today. Yeah, okay. So that needs to be put on earlier because it is affecting the carrot as well. This margin. Text box string bounds. It needs to be here. It needs to be put on here. Maybe. Where are we drawing the carrot? Everything alright? Good? Yeah, everything's alright. Didn't stream last couple of days, so I was busy unfortunately, but back now. I did work a little bit on the game. I put in on Monday, where are we? These sliders here. So now I got like nicer looking percentage sliders. And I did some work on the button mapping. Not much though. Just made the buttons a different colour basically, in a different shape. Today I'm going to work on these these things, these save screen, save rectangles or whatever you want to call them. Okay. I only want tech. Yeah. I'm going to do the menus and then move back onto the engine briefly after the menus are done. But the menus are probably going to take another 6 weeks, I'd say. So I've got to do like all of the in-game menus as well. want to get the UI kind of done first because it's the most boring, maybe. Get it out of the way, you know. So this obviously is all broken because that's not even rendering in the right place, and it looks terrible. But I've got like all this stuff as well to do. Like, I haven't looked at this really. This is just inherited some of the look from the pause menu. Obviously you can't even really see a lot of this stuff. But then there's also like the chest menu and the shop menu and this like monorail menu. It's all kind of broken now. Night Child, thanks very much. Yeah, the UI I think is the UI is kind of, I think it's important in a game. It's not really concentrated on. I mean, it is in a AAA for most of the time, but it's a big way that the player interacts with the game, isn't it? Maybe not the pause menu. I mean, the pause menus, you maybe look at it a couple of times, but this stuff has got to look good. So we'll get there. I say 6 weeks. I'm hoping about 6 weeks. It is a lot of work though. Okay, so what I'm going to do is... So this margin was causing a bug with the carrot. The carrot was rendering with no margin. The text box carrot. So I need to put the margin on earlier, I think. There, the carrot's kind of in the wrong place. So I need to figure out where I'm actually rendering the carrot though. There's usually a split of skill. There are people who know how to code it, but it looks ugly. And there are people who know how to design them, but the code becomes ugly. Yeah. It is really hard, I think, to do good UI. Where that person can do both equally well. Yeah. Yeah. This is the first time I've really tried to break the system up into two halves. So you've got the functionality half and the look and feel half. And that's made it a lot easier to work with because I'm not changing the look and feel of the UI doesn't change its functionality now, which is handy because it stops introducing like all these bugs that can happen when you try and change how a UI looks. It can introduce bugs really easily. Design, usability, and code. Yeah. Yeah. So I've taken that margin out now, so it should work. I do want a margin to figure out. So now the carrot is in the right place. What is it? Draw focused text box. What is it? This one's called a compact text box. So that's the background. That's the string. That's the carrot. Ah, okay. So Text box string bounds. Is the text box bounds inflated by -2? Yes, I think it has to happen here. So rather than inflate it by -2, yeah. That's it, that's fine. Sausage. Sherlock. Hey, how's it going? I've started to learn game dev. Nice one. As a complete beginner. Any advice? Going for C++, Unreal Engine. Start simple. Really, yeah. I don't really know much about Unreal Engine, but it's apparently absolutely awesome. Try and build small games that take just maybe like a week to make. Rebuild some of the classics like Pong. Try and have fun. If you're learning an engine, do all the tutorials. Fries and egg. Yo, how's it going? You mind testing out my website game? No, I'm not going to click on the random links. Stay in chat for a few days, then I'll have a look. Are we doing alright? Okay, that's fine. That's fine like that. So, the other text box I've got is this one, which is a text box, believe it or not. And that doesn't have the margin anymore, so we need to put that in. Alright, no problem. So we need to put that in. So it actually needs to happen in all of these. There's two types of text boxes. There's the text box with a label by the side of it. And then there's the text box, which is just a text box with the label inside of it. And that's called a compact text box. So this is a compact text box, and this, well, it's a combo box, this really, but it's got a label here, and then it's chopped off a little bit there, and then it's got the actual text value inside. Whether has this got the label? This is the label, enter a description. So I think possibly, let's just go back to draw text box. Draw text box internal is what it's being called by the menu. Yeah, so this is a combo box. Okay, so the margin, we've got left of 4, right of 4. I'm just going to change that up to 6, I think. And that would be Game UI renderer style. Text box margin. Where is it? Here. Because we were subtracting 2 before, which is the same as adding 2 onto the margin. Okay, that's better. Where was the W? So the W is, it looks kind of chopped off. Which it is. Is it? It is. That's maybe a scissor though. Let's just put like 16 and see if it's still chopped off. And we need to sort the scissor out. I'm sure we... Yeah, it's still chopped off there. I'm sure we've had this bug and we've fixed it before. So let's just look at... Let's just pix this. And just look at the scissor rectangle for that W. Scissors going into the wrong place. Where is it? There. The scissor should be the entire... or maybe it's because the scissor... Yeah, the scissor shouldn't take into account the margin. The scissor should just be the size of the text box input field. Anyway, let's have a quick look. Quite a lot of draw calls on these menus now. Okay. So let's have a look at scissor rect. Yeah. So the scissors, obviously scissor rect is the margin. So it's being affected by the margin as well. Figure out where the scissor rect is being pushed on. Push scissor rect, rect. Ah, okay. The thing is, it's like... It's because the bounds of the string is not pixel perfect in some occasions, and that is a free type thing, I am sure. It's very hard to get really accurate bounds of strings. So this would be TB state. Do we have input bounds? No. Text bounds. So draw text box string. I think we need the text bounds and the scissor. We need to pass in the scissor. It's a separate rectangle. Because the scissor is this one. And this one is the actual bounds of the string. Okay, we'll do that then. So I'm going to call this string bounds to start with. Or text bounds. And so this is text bounds. And there's no such thing as rect anymore. So we're going to go const rect scissor. And then we can just directly push the actual scissor rect we want to push. Okay, then we'll just get the compiler to find out where we need to change all the code from here. Oh, this is a virtual. Alright, so this is going to be a little bit of a bigger change then, because it has to go into the interface. Draw text box string. Okay. So this is for the editor renderer. So this draws all the editor so this is scissor. This is text bounds. Where are we now? So this is text box string. So this is text box bounds. Text box string bounds. So we may as well put this margin in actually here, because this is just, we were just hard coding a margin of 2. Text box. So it's here. And then the editor UI style. Let's just get rid of all these compilers first. Oops. Where are we? Text box bounds, text box bounds. And then here as well. It's not. Oh, it's me. It's me. I was like, it's not saving what I've copied, but it is. I'm just copying something else. Okay, so if you look at editor UI render, something to do with style. UI style. I think it's just a straight up UI style. Text box string margin is 0.202. Text box bounds. I can't type. Text box bounds. Text box bounds. Text box bounds. All right, let's just see them. What's the problem now? Got some linker errors. Because the editor canvas is not. Let's see if we get these linker errors again. No, we don't. Okay. Okay. So that is quite far in. For some reason. Window, the W is no longer cut off. Oh, we still got 16 being rendered. Yeah, we do. That's why it's so far in. And then we possibly do want a, like 2-2 there for the caret as well, because the caret obeys this margin now. And then in UI style, we want it all to be 2. Because the caret was going right up against the top of the text box there. Whoa.